That will end the quarter. So a pretty impressive first quarter for Ben. Both teams coming out slow, but Ben with the 14-6 lead. Back with quarter number 2. After this, you're watching COTV 11. Back at Ben High School, Redmond and Ben, quarter number 2. Jim Schobel and Mike Fisher, along with the rest of our COTV sports crew. We've got Mike Paul on stats tonight. And a pretty impressive start for the Lava Bears. They came out first 2 trips down the floor, turned it over, and then settled down.
Nice job by Redmond of getting the ball inside. That's what they want to do. That's one of their strategies. Get it into Albrecht, try and get Maloney and McConnell in foul trouble. Unfortunately for the Panthers, Jim, that's the first foul for the Lava Bears.
It's going to be on Ali McConnell on the shot. That'll put Jesslyn Albrecht at the free throw line. First free throw is up, and it's off the back rim. First trip to the free throw line tonight for the Panthers. And that one's smooth as silk. Albrecht gets her first point of the game. 14-7.
And Redmond will need to continue that rotation that they did, working the ball quickly around the perimeter, get it inside to Albrecht, try and get the Lady Lava Bears in foul trouble.
Got the zone going on, get it down low to McConnell. Inside, left all alone underneath the basket was Michaela Lundy, and misses, and Redmond gets back in transition basketball.
And McConnell right now, or Isaak taking a little bit of a break.
Very impressive first quarter.
Yeah, 3 steals, 3 rebounds.
7 points.
Yeah.
Take it back out, get it into Albrecht. Turnaround jumper from 10, no good.
Rebound by Maloney, but a nice shot by Albrecht. Good quick release, little jump hook.
Heidi Froelich, number 2, gets that ball quickly up the floor for Ben. Into McConnell, off the window and down.
What I like about McConnell is her ability to get the ball and move quickly to the basket. There's no wasted movement.
Ben throwing a little 2-3 zone back at Redmond. Albrecht down low, kicks it back out. Kick it out to Dollarhide. Dollarhide back out on top. Looks for Albrecht. Free throw line jumper, good. 3 points in the quarter for Jesslyn Albrecht. 7-point Ben lead.
Yeah, that could force some defensive changes for Ben if she's able to continue that.
A little sloppy pass there, and it's thrown away, and Redmond will get back. Too many Ben players back, so they will regroup.
Be interesting to see how soon Todd Irving gets Isaak back in the game.
Mandy Dollarhide throws it up, but can't cash in. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on number 14 for the Lava Bears. That's Kendall Kramer, the sophomore.
Your father, Dave, one of the top umpires not only in this area but in the Northwest.
Yes.
Kendall, a very good sophomore player, played varsity last year for the Lady Lava Bears as a freshman.
First free throw is down. Wholesale changes now for Ben. You'll see Isaak come in. You also see number 11 into the game for the first time, Haley Jones.
Yeah, I was curious to see how long he would go without Isaak in the game. You could feel the change in the momentum with Isaak out. Redmond was able to take advantage. They've now closed it to 5 points.
McConnell doing okay, but that extra presence down low with Isaak will change shots for Redmond. 16-11 the score.
Yeah, Isaac's so versatile. She can work inside, she can work outside. She's a rebounder, shot blocker, excellent player.
Draws the triple team, kicks it back out. Scott wanted to pull up for the 3. Crook drives the middle, puts up the 10-footer, rolls out, no good. Fight for the rebound. That is McConnell and number 30, Margot Capps, down low. And the foul's going to be against Redmond on Capps, number 30.
And Nathan Colville explaining to his player, you've got to screen out because she's coming from the baseline, attacking where she sees the ball coming down.
McConnell's free throw rattles out.
She doesn't waste any time. Gets the ball and delivers. It's interesting to watch different players and how quickly their routines are.
And that one rolls out too. Ben having a tough night at the free throw line. Kicks it down, step in front. 24 with the steal, Molly Maloney, and it goes out of bounds off of Molly, and Redmond will get it back. 5:40 to go, and a 16-11 lead. Score after one was 14-6. Ben And there's Molly. She didn't step out of bounds, but she tipped the ball out, didn't get control of it. Ben gets it in, or Redmond rather, gets it into Albrecht, and Albrecht will go to the free throw line.
Excellent rotation. Again, quickly moving around the perimeter. Albrecht coming from the right side of the lane to the left side. They dump it in. She immediately turns and shoots, and that's the key to getting the defender in a position where she's not ready. Maloney drew the foul.
Jesslyn Albrecht's first free throw is good. You talked about the strategy of Nathan Colville at the beginning of the ball game of getting Ben's bigs in foul trouble, and right now that strategy seems to be leaning towards the working end of things.
But what they've been able to do successfully is maneuver the ball more quickly around the perimeter while Albrecht works the baseline, and that has been much more effective here in the second quarter than it was in the first quarter, where they create the defender getting late to the offensive player getting the ball.
Albrecht with 5 second quarter points. It's a 3-point Ben lead. Isaak draws a double team. Crook pulls up jumper, nothing but air.
An opportunity right here, Jim, for Redmond to possibly tie up this game or at least come within one.
Into Albrecht, spins, turns, blocked by Molly Maloney, and Ben will get it back on. And it's interesting to see Michaela Isaak bringing the ball up the court, and Ben will call a timeout. Now, you talked about the transition, you will, of momentum.
Yeah, definitely. When Isaak didn't start the second quarter, a strategic move by Todd Irvin to give his star player a little bit of rest. But Redmond seemed to take advantage, and strategically they've been able to get the ball inside to Albrecht, who's been working the lane. The other thing that Redmond has done here in the second quarter that's changed from the first quarter is they've spread their spacing a bit. On the perimeter and at the top of the key, they're going further out, which is creating greater space. Albrecht has a little bit more to work with on the inside. The key to that, though, is you've got to get the ball around quickly to take advantage of that. And Redmond has done that successfully so far in the second quarter. I think Todd Irvin saying, oh, let's wait a minute, girls. We need to react to this. A little bit of a chess match, you might say, going on between Nathan Colville and Todd Irvin.
It'll be interesting to see if Ben's defense pushes out further to keep that ball from going inside and maybe getting a cheap foul down low.
Yeah, Molly Maloney with 2 fouls in the game. Again, something that Nathan Colville thought was critical for the success of the Lady Panthers.
Maloney out to Delaney Crook, kicks it back out to Froelich, nearly stolen away. Kick it back in. Isaak down low, draws the double team, and that's 9 points in the first half for Michaela Isaak.
There's the pressure.
That's the tough break right there when you lose your dribble. Tried to get it into Scott, and it's thrown away.
Isaak with another steal. 4 steals already here in the opening 11 and a half minutes.
All over the place. Froelich already was unable to get the ball in a 1 5-second violation. That's going to be a travel.
A little extra step, and that's a defensive turnover in the sense that the defender stepped out right at the moment she was ready to pass. She held the ball, got called for the travel.
Another turnover for Ben. That's 3. They started the game off with 2 quick turnovers. Getting inside, Albrecht. Nice move to the basket. Doesn't get it to drop, and out of bounds. Will it go to Ben? Yes, it will.
That is so difficult to do, is dribble the ball inside the lane and get by 2 players. Albrecht again showing great quickness, but what I love about it is they're executing their game plan as well as they can right now here in the second quarter. The only disappointment, that particular shot didn't drop.
2-3 zone by Redmond. They've played that defense all night long. The reach by Dollarhide, near foul. Get it to Maloney, top. Isaak all alone down low and off the window. Into double figures now. Isaak with 11 points, 20-13. Ben, Albrecht, open lane, drives off the glass, no good. Isaak another rebound. Get it out to Froelich. Froelich will push it up. Throws out that arm, no foul, no offensive foul or player control foul. Talked about many times this season how that guard will come out and throw that free arm out to get some room.
It's similar to soccer. The officials are looking for extension. They're looking for contact, but they're looking for extension. If they don't see it, they may not call it. And some of it depends on the nature of the game. If the game itself has turned out to be a very physical contest, they may call that foul. If it's not, such as tonight's contest, they might let it go.
Get it out on top to Crook. 3:35 to go. Down low into Isaak. Had trouble handling the basketball, and that's off her foot. Nope, it's off of Jesslyn Albrecht's foot, out of bounds.
You can see what Ben is trying to do. They run this from 2 areas. They run it from the high post where they have cutters at the baselines, and they run it from the perimeter, but they're looking
Frolich's
for
looking for help. Got to kick it out. Nearly thrown away.
It helps when you have Isaak out there at 6'2". You can just throw it high.
The wingspan. Froelich looking in. Isaak goes to the basket. Strong move and doesn't get it to drop. Gets a rebound and kicked back in by Jesslyn Albrecht. Get it out to Kendall Curran. She'll pull up and wait for everybody to get back. Over to Mandy Dollarhide. Dollarhide looks for Albrecht. Looking to get that ball inside, and it's tipped out of bounds. Good to see Shelby Burgum, number 42, come in for Redmond. Burgum, the 5'11" sophomore. 7-point Bend lead. The closest Redmond has gotten is 3.
Nathan Colville trying to match up height-wise against the much taller Bend team.
Dollarhide wanted to pull up, has to dish it off. There's Albrecht looking for Burgum down low. Blocked by Maloney. Froelich turns it up and kicks it up to Crook. Looking for a trailer, nobody there. 2.5 left to go in the half. 20-13, Bend out on top. Lundy gets it in. Isaak off the window and down. 13 first half points for Michaela Isaak.
Redmond went to a man-to-man defense there, and Ben was able to take advantage of it. Again, they like to run a lot off the high post there. Look out.
Redmond throws it away, and that's a tough break for Redmond. What they've got to do is they've got to stay in this game. They've got to try to at least match Ben basket for basket.
And they did a very effective job of that in the first 3.5 minutes. Ever since Isaak got back into the game, she basically is retaking control.
And notice that Redmond has not scored a point since she's come back in. Lundy looks. Travel. Another turnover for the Lava Bears, but when you've got a 9-point lead, you can afford to make mistakes.
Here comes the press again. One of the keys to the game. Can Redmond consistently break Ben's press?
It's all about communication on the defensive end with the press, and then the offensive end by looking with your eyes and looking to make sure someone's open to get that ball over half court.
I know one thing Coach Kova would like to see happen, and that is Maloney get her 3rd foul before the end of the half.
Getting some help from Lundy down on that left baseline, shadowing her. There it is to Albrecht, and it's tipped again. Isaak with another steal and another Redmond turnover.
5 steals for Isaak here in the first half.
13, 7, and 5. That's the line for Michaela Isaak so far. Get it down low. Maloney, strong move to the basket. Blocked by Albrecht. Redmond looking to score. 4.5 minutes without a bucket for the Redmond Panthers.
Would be huge for their confidence to get this within 5 before half.
Burgum kicks it back out. Looking inside. Albrecht pulls up. 10-foot jumper, no good. And Crook the rebound.
Good choice by Albrecht. It keeps the defense honest. That little 10-footer. Unfortunately, didn't go that time.
Under a minute to play. Maloney looking for Cutter. Nobody there. Kick it back out to Delaney Crook. Nathan Colville shouting out instructions. Lundy takes the jumper, no good. Isaak, another strong rebound, move to the basket, and she gets the foul and will go to the free throw line. That's going to be the 18th foul on Redmond. Just 3 for Ben.
Isaak does one thing that a lot of the great players do. She keeps working. Albrecht did a great job of denying her the ball initially. Isaak kept working, got herself in a position to get the rebound.
Isaac's had it, 3 misses at the line. That one's smooth.
Well, the key on that one is she got a little more height in her first shot. The first 2 times she had 2 shots. The more of a line drive on the first one, and then she tended to arc the second one a little higher. See if she does that pattern here.
Got more rotation on that shot, too. They'll watch the ball when it leaves her hands. Looks good, and it is. And it's a 24-13, 11-point Bend lead. 23 seconds to go till halftime. Coming up at halftime, we're going to try to dissect and make sense of what's going to happen when next year rolls around.
It'll be interesting.
We'll go through the top 10, also get you stats from Mike Paul, and get you caught up with the scores from the last week. 2 Central Oregon teams are #1 in the state. We'll tell you who they are. Coming up here at the half. 10 seconds to go. Bend with the ball. Redmond started out playing pretty good defense, forcing 2 quick turnovers, and then it's been all Michaela Isaak. Froelich looking for help. She got to get rid of it, just gets it in. Lundy turns, goes to the basket, up off the window, no good. Maloney the rebound, puts it up, and there's a turnover, a travel.
Yeah,
thought there was going to be a foul.
Good call. It was either going to be a travel or possibly she was nearing in on 3 seconds. I didn't know it was
3 seconds to go. Dollarhide's going to kick it up and try to get the final shot. Loses the ball, and that will end the first half of play. It's been all Michaela Isaak on the bench side of things. 24-13, 11-point Bend lead. We'll be back with stats and more. You're watching high school basketball live on a Thursday night on COTV 11.
Shot from the red volleyball line. On your mark.
Back here at Bend High School, Lady Lava Bears out on top 24-13 at the half. Jim Schobel and Mike Fisher. And Mike, Ben started out a little tentative. Redmond did as well, but Redmond did a good job in that opening quarter to kind of, tell them that they were here for business, but then it was all business by Michaela Isaak, and she's turned this game completely around as far as Lady Lava Bears are concerned.
Definitely. She sat out the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. Redmond was able to close within 3 points, and since she returned, they have not scored the last 5.5 minutes of this game.
Take a look at our halftime stats. There you see Redmond 4 of 10 from the floor. Lava Bears 9 of 17. Look at the rebounds. Bend out rebounding Redmond 10-3. The steals 3, assists 7. What you see is the hustle points after the free throws. You see all hustle by Bend, and you talked a little bit at the beginning of the broadcast about how Nathan Colville wanted to change things and get the big players from Bend in foul trouble. Isaac's got 2 fouls, but check out this first half line on Michaela Isaak. 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals. So we'll come back. We'll take a look at last week's scores. We'll also look at the top 10 throughout the state. Let you know what 2 high school teams from the Bend area or around Central Oregon that are #1 right after this. You're watching COTV 11. There you see the logo of the Bend Lava Bears and a shot of the crowd. And Mike, let's talk, because we were gonna bring this up. Let's talk about the standings first, and then we'll parlay that into kind of what's going on as far as what's going to happen with the schools next year. There you see the IMC hybrid standings. Bend at 12-5, Crook County at 11-7, Mountain View 8-9 in ladies basketball, Redmond at 7-10, and Summit at 6-11. And what this is going to mean is we're going to have another team, but they're already there.
Yeah.
This is going to be 5A instead of hybrid.
Exactly. What you see on the screen right now, Bend, Mountain View, and Summit are all 5A schools. Redmond is a 6A school. Crook County is a 4A school. With Ridgeview High School coming online in the fall of 2012, the OSAA in December voted to move Redmond to 5A in anticipation of the decrease in enrollment, and voted Ridgeview to go in at 4A. So Ridgeview and Crook County will now be 4A, and there'll be 4 5A schools next year.
That's simple. It's explainable. There you go. Thank you for the clarification. We're going to take another break. We'll come back with the second half of tonight's game after this. 24-13, Bend on top. You know what they say, Mike, in the broadcast biz, you got to pay the bills. Jim Schobel, Mike Fisher back here at Bend High as the action is rolling on. We've had a basket by both teams now at the other end of the floor. Jesslyn Albrecht scores, and there you see Delaney Crook score. 26-15 to start the second half.
Crook with a nice steal there. The double team on the full court press causing problems for the Lady Panthers.
Man-to-man defense here in this third quarter for the Redmond Panthers. They were playing zone in that first half.
Yeah, they've switched it up. They've mixed it up a little bit here, and it's interesting to see what strategy they try.
Crook trying to get it into Isaak. Nobody there. Puts it out Maloney, top of the circle.
A pretty good battle going on between Caps and Isaak underneath.
Driving the baseline. No back.